Jesus,
Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. Give honor to the forerunner to the prophet. Brother Marcus Garvey. Give honor to all past supreme grand advisors and moderators of the Moore Science Temple of America. Brother C. Curtin Bay. Brother F. Nelson Bay. Brother J. Blakely Bay. Give honor to our past former grand chief and moderator of the Moore Science Temple of America. Brother R. Give honor to our present grand chief, who is a moderator. Brother R. Jones Bay. And to the assistant. Brother A. Hawkins Bay. Give honor to our national chairman of the Moore Science Temple of America. Who is also a grand chief here at Temple 71. Brother P.J. Seal. Give honor to all national, state, and local officials of the Moore Science Temple of America Incorporated. Give honor to Sheikhs and members of the Moore Science Temple of America. All auxiliaries of the Moore Science Temple of America Incorporated. Both our flags. The American flag, flag our birth. And the Moorish flag, flag our descent. It's the red flag, 5-pointed green star in the center. 5 points representing love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Give honor to our holy and divine charter. Which gives us right to practice our teachings. Unmolested. Give honor to everything that the prophet brought and taught. For the uplifting of all humanity. Give honor to each and every one of you to come out today. Peace. This time I'll read from Salvation Our God Unity, the Moore Science Temple of America Divine Constitution and Bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Chief and Chairman of the Moore Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the prophet and the Grand Body of the Moore Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Chief is to Assistant Grand Chief of all affairs if he gives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and is known for the members of the Moore Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on the Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and on the Friday the first man departed out of flesh and ascended into his Father God's love. For that cause, Friday is a holy day for all mountains all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moore Science Temple of America. No members are put in danger or accused falsely of brother or sister on any occasion at all, and may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must observe these holy and divine laws. All members must obey the laws of the government, because by being Moorish American, you are a part and partial of the government and must live life accordingly. Act 5. This organization in the Moore Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or overthrow the laws and constitution of these said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. Look, all members must proclaim their nationality. And we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed. They may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, Ethiopians. Because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865, knowing the time of slavery. This is a new world time now. All men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live in the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sexual ways. Most Americans are descendants of the ancient Moabites whom inhabit in northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must observe these Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all of the different acts of the Moore Science Members must pay their dues and keep an eye on all necessities of the Moore Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faith. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband. Take care of your children. Look after you in your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of all humanity. All mortal Americans must keep their hearts and their minds filled with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali through the guidance of the Father, God of Allah. Noble Drew Ali founder. Mortal American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, through Ali. Amen. Most High Temple of America, home office, mailing address, P.O. Box 388 7600, Woman Drive, Greenbelt, Maryland 20768. Be able to read from the Divine Constitution, bylaws, in its entirety. Now we have a reading from the questionnaire and addition law for the Morse American by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Act 1. Grand chiefs and governors, the heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali before acted upon by any member, that it be financed properly or in a line of life that will cause the member to sacrifice finance or sex, that will cause support any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subjected to be removed from his office under heavy restriction except by the prophet or the grand chief. Act 2. All members are to attend their debt meetings and their public meetings properly. When members stand around and meet period shall be fined 50 cents on the first case, and on the second, he be fined $1, which go on your emergency fund. If a member of workman's money dues must be paid. And if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the more uplifting fund, because it takes finance to uplift their nation. Act 3. It is lawful and divine to every good member, if he is able in finance to aid me and save the nation. If he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of his own people, and justice must catch him. That it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member or any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend the meeting and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire, and let every member exercise the 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, and they may know that they are a part and parcel of this state government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, Ethiopians. Because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. This is a newer time now. All men now must proclaim a free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live in the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali the prophet to redeem the people from their sinful ways. Morse Americans are descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabit the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and impartial all uplifting acts of the Moore Science Temple. Members must pay dues, keep an eye on all necessities of the Moore Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faith. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband, take care of your children, and look after you in your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of all humanity. All Morse Americans must keep their hearts and their minds filled with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali through the guidance of the Father, God of Allah. Peace. Peace. This time I'll read from Holy Koran, the Moore Science Temple of America, Circle 7, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Drew Ali, by God the Father, God of Allah, great God of the universe, to redeem man from the simple and poor state of mind back to the highest point of life, which is Father God of love. I'll read from Divine Instruction from the Holy Prophet, page 35, the Holy Cover of the Age Act Nation. I'll read it in its entirety. Ye are the children of one Father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother had given you such. That the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers. The peace and happiness may dwell in the Father's house. And ye separates in the world, remember the relation that binds you to love and unity, and be purged not estranged before their own beloved. If the brothers in adversity assist him, the sisters in trouble forsake her now. So shall the fortunate father tribute to support his whole race. His care be continued to you all, in your love to each other. Islam.
Islam.
All right, everybody downstairs, all present, come in. Come on. Islam.
Islam.
This time, let's take a moment of silence. Raise our thoughts up to the wisdom. Give all our praise for whatever He bless us with today. We can get it now. Islam.
Islam.
Without further delay, I'll call our Grand Sheikh moderator for the odds on the plate. Instruct us in our central Quran class. Pray to everybody with paper and pencil with them. You need a dictionary or something, you got some up here. You don't have a Koran, you got a Quran, you can buy and question names. Peace. Islam.
Islam.
Allah,
Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, through all ye. Amen.
Islam.
Islam.
A lot of things being fulfilled.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about events.
Yeah.
A lot of things taking place. You know that these things that we are bearing witness to are taking place. You know that the other things that are coming will also take place, right?
Yes, sir.
What helps us? What will help us through these trying times? What will help us? Because we're going to need help. You know that, right? So what will help us to get through these difficult times to come? Come on.
Having faith in and relying on the laws and the prophet's guidance.
That's right. Yeah. Come on, Mom.
You have to stick to his instruction.
Okay, Mom. That's good. Yeah. What else, Mom? What else is going to help us? What is going to help us? What else is going to help us? Come on, Dave.
Love.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? Come on, Mom.
To be obedient.
Obedient, yeah, that's right. That's right. What else? Come on, baby.
Being able to call remembrance to his
Yeah.
divine instructions.
Yeah, being able to call remembrance of your age, yeah, that's good. What else? What else do you think it's going to take for us to get through?
Still
That's
small
gonna aid us to
voice.
get through this. You ain't hearing the voice. That's right.
Or submission?
Huh?
Or submission?
Yeah, our submission, yes. Okay. Come on, Mom.
Standing simple, keep striving.
Okay. Come on, brother. Sing it.
Faith.
What is it?
Faith.
Yeah.
Yes, sister.
Oh, yes, sis.
Consistent practice.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. Your consistent practice. Because you know your consistency will do what? Crown. That's right, man. That's right, sis. Consistent practice. And for you to be consistent in your practice, what must you be able to do?
Focus.
Focus. That's a good word. Come on, James.
What about service?
Yeah, service. Come on, Mom.
Exercise.
Exercise and what?
Your five senses.
Okay. Who made you?
Allah.
Who is alive?
God, Father, in the universe.
Can we see him?
No.
Where is the nearest place we can meet him?
Allah.
Who is Noble Jalali?
He is Allah's prophet.
What is a prophet?
Prophet is Lord of Allah, manifested in flesh.
Sister Farrakhan, period. You said consistent, your consistent practice. When you witness consistent practice, how does that make you feel?
Accomplished.
Accomplished. Yeah. Makes you feel accomplished. Accomplished what?
Just knowing that I'm not falling off.
That's good. The recognition that you're not falling off. That's good. Good. What is the duty of a prophet?
Save the nations from the wrath of Allah.
Who was the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America?
Know what you are, read.
What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
1913
Where?
New York, New Jersey.
Where was Noble Jalali born?
In the state of North Carolina, 1886.
What is his nationality?
Moorish American.
What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Why are we Moorish American?
God bless the descendants of our fathers on earth.
For what purpose was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
Without it, the call of man.
How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish American?
I teach them to be themselves.
What is our religion?
Islam
Is that a new, is that the old time religion?
old time religion.
What kind of a flag is a Moorish?
It is a red flag, 5 on the green side of the center.
What do the 5 points represent?
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
How old is our flag?
It is over 1,000 years old.
Which is our holy day?
Right.
Why?
First Friday, and the flesh. Was on Friday, we brought out of the flesh.
Who was Jesus?
He was the prophet of Allah.
Where was he born?
He left Bethlehem, Judah, in the house of David.
Who were his father and mother?
Joseph and Mary.
What is one of the things, what is it about Jesus that inspires you? Or if you are even inspired by Jesus, and I'm saying his works and his teachings, what is it that inspires you? Or are you inspired at all? Come on.
He was able to love no matter what.
Yeah, that is inspiration. It is inspiration. Come on, Mom.
He's a merciful God.
Say that to me.
He's a merciful God.
Okay,
To
then.
give you
Okay,
your
look.
wrongness.
I'm not talking about Allah. I said Jesus.
Okay, though
Huh?
he was a blessing. He was a blessing to many people.
I'll go
That's
with
what he
that.
was.
I'll go with that. Come on, Mom.
We encourage enough to stand on the truth.
Get carried up.
That's right.
Stand on the truth. That's right.
That's what he
What's
is.
your name again, Mom?
D. Rogers is.
Robbins?
Rogers.
Rogers. Okay. I saw your hand, Cabinets Bay.
I'm gonna say he inspired me because he was obedient to Allah.
Okay. He was obedient to Allah. Who else? Come on.
I mean, when I look at his teachings and his life works, and he said, I came to show the possibilities of man,
Yeah.
and he said, what I am, all men shall be, and
All
what
right.
I do, all men shall do.
Okay.
So that gives me some kind of inspiration that, you know, I can raise myself to that level.
That's right.
You know, if I follow the prophet's footsteps.
Okay.
The prophet said 2,000 years ago, I was Jesus.
Okay.
You know? So if I'm following the prophet's footsteps, then I think I'm going on the right road.
Okay. Okay. Come on, Dixon Hill.
What's inspiring to me is when Jesus said that he conquered all the foes of the law and man.
Right.
That give me inspiration that this can be done.
Yeah. Right. It can be done. Okay. Okay. Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth?
Save the Israelites from our oppression, because in nations you who dwell in the portion outside that time.
How long has that been?
About 2,000 years ago,
What was the nationality of Ruth?
Ruth was a white,
What is the modern name for Moabite? Where is the Moroccan Empire?
Northwest Saracen.
What is the modern name for Mexico? What is the title given to our ruler in Morocco?
Sultan.
Where do we get the name Jesus?
From the east.
Where do we get the name Jesus?
From the east.
What does the name Jesus mean?
Jesus means justice.
Did the angel give to the child that was called Jesus a holy name?
Yes, it is not used by those who are saved to sin.
Let me ask you this question. Remember when you were growing, when you were much younger, when you was growing up, and you may come in contact with some adult that know your family, and you may come home one evening and they there, and you're coming home from school, and they ask you, what you learned today? What you learned in school? You ever thought about that? I mean, have you experienced that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the question is, what are you learning in school? What have you learned in school? What school you think I'm talking about? Okay, so what have you learned in school? I used to say, when they used to ask me, I learned my ABCs, because that was easy to remember. But what have you learned in school? Come on.
I just learned today the priority of consistent practice.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a very insightful thought that she shared. Come on.
I learned. I went to school to learn. And whatever was taught to me, I learned. That's why I say, that was my purpose, going to school to learn.
But what have you learned here?
Education, huh?
What have you learned here? See,
I learned that it's a certain way you have to be holy, and it's a certain image you must portray. You can't be a hypocrite. You understand? This is a one-way show here, and no other way. No, they're not teaching nothing different over there. Nobody that has a moral science temple can teach anything different. Everything got to be according to what he said. So no one owns the temple but us, ones that represent nationality. So I would consider him as he taught me a lot here in this school. I know 2, 3 other people, but him.
What is truth?
Truth is all.
What is all?
All is love.
Can truth change?
Truth cannot change or pass away.
What other name do we give to truth?
Holy breath.
What have you to say about holy breath?
All you say is great, good, was, is, and want to be.
At what place on earth was the physical part of man formed?
In the Garden of Eden.
Do you believe what you've been taught?
Yes.
What makes you a believer? Why would you consider? Do you consider yourself a believer? I mean, have you asked yourself, am I a believer?
Yes.
What constitutes you being a believer? What is the makeup of a believer?
By the consistency of coming to your meeting.
Okay, I'll take that as an act. and act. But remember, you can be consistent coming to your meeting, but you can be coming to your meeting for a totally different reason. You know? So what constitutes one being a believer? Come on, Mark.
When the prophet say, if you think your condition can be better,
Thank you.
and that's what I, from my understanding, what makes me a believer, because
Okay.
the prophet's teachings and the more scientific environment can make my condition better.
Okay, all right. A believer is a thinker of that which perhaps may be true. Belief is a step, right?
Yeah.
And what is that step? What man thinketh perhaps is true. So if you're a believer, you are a thinker of that perhaps is true. You haven't got to the faith part yet. But I think that perhaps this is true. But as a believer, when you think that perhaps this is true, you must do what? You must be what you know. And when you be what you know, what happens? Then what's the transformation when you be what you know?
Faith.
That's right, you become faithful. There's a transformation that takes place from one step to the other. And you can't skip steps.
Proof and evidence of what you believe.
Because you must be what you know. You say, or we say, we'll follow the prophet. We will follow in his footprints. We accept that he's thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. What is the proving of your plea? Come on.
It's not praise Allah and prophet. Proving it is your performance, your word, academics, your lifestyle, your character, all that.
Character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would say that, but
Yeah.
His message working in me.
Yeah. Yeah. His message working in you, and that will do what?
Strive you to live.
It will. But that message working in you will do what?
Prove that he was right.
Yes, but it will also, use another word, it will manifest.
Okay.
It will manifest in your what?
Character.
That's right. And in your what? That's right, in your actions. Because you will have accepted what?
Truth.
The truth, yes, but you will have accepted what?
Oh.
The thought.
Okay.
Because remember, he's a thought. And you must accept the thought.
See, you said that anything that manifests, anything that influences the soul the most, it will manifest.
It's no question. It's no question. Come on.
So you accept the thought, prophet being a thought, his thought become your thought. And you will think like he thinks. That's accepting the thought. It becomes a way of life. You live it.
And you become,
The thought.
yeah,
Made manifest.
but you become,
Gifted.
yeah, no question, but you become one.
Yeah.
You become one with the thought. So what you're saying is correct, but you must become one with the thought. Okay. All right. Where's the Garden of Eden? What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden? How old is our flag?
it's over 10,000 years old.
Who is Jesus?
It was my father,
Where was he born?
in Bethlehem, Judah, house David.
What is the covenant of the great God Allah?
Honor thy father, thy mother, that thy days may be long on earth, and rich Lord, that God Allah has given thee.
What does the word colored mean?
Means that they can paint the same form to that.
Can a man be a Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian?
No.
Why?
The grand thing they can shine like the stars of light.
What is the devil sometimes called? What is the devil sometimes called?
Lord self,
How many cells are there?
two,
Name them.
higher self, and lower self.
What people represent the higher self?
Angels protect the Holy Spirit life.
What are the words of AC of the MST of A?
Yeah, I came with Most High Temple of Earth.
Who were Adam and Eve?
Yeah, Mother's Father, He was there, David as apostles.
Are the Moorish Americans any relation to those angels?
Yes, we all have the same father and mother.
What is the devil sometimes called?
Lucifer.
When was the head of Satan taken off?
1453 by Jesus.
By whom? Name? Who made the devil?
Him.
Who was he on?
Him, seven created spirits, created.
How many days in the service?
7 days.
To whom do we refer to at times as being the great God?
Allah.
Is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah?
No, He shall our Lord self to pass away.
According to science, how many days in a year?
7 days.
It's all right. All right. Look, let's go to the Koran. We're going to go to chapter 27. Now, in chapter 27, he's demonstrating 2 levels of consciousness. He's showing you a higher level of consciousness, which is a more rapid way of thinking, and he's showing you a slower state of consciousness. And they produce what they produce the thoughts that they are thinking. But the key is what?
Be able to identify.
Say it.
Be able to identify.
Be able to identify it. Yes.
When it makes you change.
And it
shift.
helps the shift.
The shifting of the
Yeah,
different thoughts.
yeah. In your one etheric vibration as opposed to another etheric vibration. 27. Page 36. Now we're talking about something holy. And what is it?
Rich and poor. Unity.
Unity. Unity is holy. Because we're talking about the holy unity of the rich and the poor. So that means unity is a what? It is a what?
Divine thing.
It is divine, but what is it? It's a divine tie. There's a tie. There's a holy unity of the rich and the poor. There's a tie there. It says, the man to whom Allah hath given riches and blessed with a mind to employ them aright is peculiarly favored and highly distinguished. So what do we need to make an identification with? What do we need to look at? What is he saying? What's the important statement in that particular instruction? The mind to do what? Employ it aright. The mind. What do you know about your mind?
Things are made.
Yes, that's what things are made. Yes. What else do you know about your mind?
Decisions are made.
Yes. But what else?
Mind never forgets. Mind never forgets.
Okay. What else about the mind?
It's where you create.
I'm sorry.
It's where you create.
Yeah, you do. You do. Come on.
The mind is a function of two categories. You can think negative, you can think positive.
So, go ahead, Candace, babe.
I was gonna say that it's an instrument of the brain.
It is. I won't say I don't know.
It's an instrument.
It's an instrument, but I won't put the brain.
Yeah,
It's an
man.
instrument of the brain.
Spirit got something to do with relationship to that?
Of course it does.
Besides that?
Of course it does. But why leave the basics? Didn't he tell you to keep it clean? He said, keep your hearts and minds what? Clean. So how do you keep your mind clean? How do you clean up your mind?
Don't purify your thoughts.
Huh? Go ahead, Mom.
Purify your thoughts.
By purifying your thoughts. Because if your things are made in the mind, that means you have to watch what you think. Because the mind is what things are made of thought.
It could also be exalted or debased.
It's no question. is solely dependent on the way you think. So one thing that you know about the mind, that's where you create.
What's that about when it says the directed, getting with the mind, something about directed, direct discourse in that matter.
That's a very interesting statement. Tell me something about the mind that you know. Something else about the mind that you know.
That's where I want to say, this is where conflict it cannot be told in words. Take
That's an insightful thought. That's an insightful thought. Do you understand the magnitude of what we have consciousness of when we think about our minds? Do you know your whole existence is dependent on what you hold in your mind? Don't you know that how easy it is for certain thoughts to creep into your mind and you react to those thoughts and you become a product of your thinking? And it's carried out by way of your soul. The thought in the mind is carried out by way of your soul. Now suppose your spirit, which is thought, that promotes thought, has not developed to the point yet where it can decipher the truth from falsehood. And then that thought is gone into the mind where it's made, where things are made, and that making or that manifestation will come by way of your soul. Because remember, your soul is the one, the instrument that's very impressionable. It's easy to be influenced because the soul simply does what it's told to do. Now, if you can't control the instrument, which is your mind, which holds the thoughts that you think, that means your soul can become what?
rash.
Yes. She can become rash based on the thoughts you think. And now, you as a spirit must be held accountable for the thoughts you think. You can impede, your spirit can, its progress can be impeded by thinking certain, by having certain thoughts. You can cause your spirit to be develop in a more slower way. You understand? Remember, Mo, y'all got to remember that the thoughts that you hold that go into your mind can cause your destruction.
That's right.
You can be destroyed by the way you think. And you create your own destruction. Come on here.
It's Islam. One of the other things that we learn about the mind also is that there are individuals who become masterminds.
Yeah.
And those masterminds have a particular challenge, I'll use that term, that they can trace themselves back.
Yeah.
And they also restore.
Yeah.
And it's not that these are individuals, and this is something we need to look into the book and think about when we read it. Remember, John became a mastermind. He went into the sacred school, and we are in a sacred school. And there are certain things that we can overcome in our minds. And there's a purpose that we imitate the prophet and Jesus. So we can gain control of our thinking.
Yes. What do you think? What do you think that helps us with what we allow to go into our minds? Because see, our minds attract things. It's an attraction. It attracts thought. So what do you think we need to learn to do? Come on.
Be discreet.
Discreet, yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing, Mark. That's right. Come on, Mark.
It's also being able to decipher the illusion from reality.
That's it. That's one thing. That's another thing, yes. But it's a very important thing that we must learn to do so that we can make sure that we can create a more favorable condition for ourselves. Come on, Brother Morris.
Control.
Control. Give me another word. We must become. Yeah, to become a master, you must be
Discipline.
disciplined. Discipline, no? We must learn how to become disciplined. Because if you're not disciplined, you can't control anything.
So then, because you ain't disciplined, that's why I say how often are you able to distinguish truth from error?
Well, the only way you can distinguish, the only way that you can distinguish truth from error is that you must be disciplined.
That's what I'm saying.
Because what does discipline do for you?
It shows strength. Give you self-restraint.
Self-restraint.
Consistency.
That's right. And in your self-restraint, you become what?
You're consistent.
Yeah, you become consistent, but what else do you become? Huh?
You have order. You in order of your ways.
Yeah, you become order.
Yourself.
Yes. But to become disciplined, you also become what?
Discretion.
Okay.
Discretion.
But you also become selective. Selective in the way you what? Think.
So it helps your decision.
No question.
Yeah, you discipline
Because you won't allow certain thoughts to gain strength.
So how can you help yourself from falling prey to these things from these eyes then?
But see, the eyes, look, remember, they only see the reflection.
Right.
Once you accept that what you see is a reflection, that gives you an opportunity to do what? See it from a different point of view. Not the outer, but you also can see it from the inner.
It's not well, you know the phrase people say about my mind playing tricks on me or my eyes playing tricks on me.
Look,
I mean, it's just a phrase that people use, but I can equate it to what we're talking about.
Yeah, more look. The eyes play a trick. The trick is putting in the mind to accepting the reflex as truth. The mind is going to make what you think you see. If you see what you think you see it. For the moment that you see it.
And you saying it's made up in your mind?
Look, what your thoughts go to the mind. What you see is a thought, but it's an illusion. But that illusion is fed into the mind where things are made. And then you base a lot of your decisions off of what you think you see. Because and then you have the power to create and you manifest what you think you see.
Manifestation.
Of course it comes, because this is the plane of things made manifest. So you will see what you think you see.
Right. That's a good point.
Come on.
So, would you agree that at a fundamental level is some practical or pragmatic means by which we can not see so much, not hear so much, not sense so much by shutting those conduits or vehicles through which many of the inharmonious vibrations come to us from. So, and I'm simply referring to little simple things like lower your gaze, cut the TV off when something is on there inappropriate. In place, pray for a minute. don't be so locked in to always fall back to when you were a hip hop head and you know those lyrics don't serve your soul or your spirit. Practical things. I don't know that I can claim I'm on such a high level that I could walk through the ethers produced by such a massive crowd of people, say downtown. And I know that there are thoughts producing ethers all around me that may not be conducive in harmony with where I want my mind to be.
Right.
So there are some practical things I personally try to do to guard myself. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I said, well, look at it like this. The ethers change based on people's thoughts. We can be in the midst of a crowd. Now, that section of the crowd may have an influence on the way we are, that may have an influence on us. That etheric vibration is different than maybe that side of the crowd. That side of the crowd may be in a totally different vibration that comes from a certain ether. The question is, which do you accept? Your acceptance is the determining factor of your experience.
That's my point. I think somebody used the term discernment.
Yeah, discernment.
So when you are in public,
yeah,
you're on a bus, for example,
yeah,
and you know that all kinds of conversations and thoughts and
yeah.
ethers are moving around.
Yeah.
Personally,
yeah,
I kind of either do one or two things. Put my headphones on and listen to the Koran, not all the time. Or I immediately pray that Allah's spirit be present on this bus, get us to where we are going safely, and maybe I'll start trying to rehearse some verses out of the Quran. By the time I'm where I'm supposed to get to, it's all over with. And I can resume the freedom of my own spiritual choices that I'm responsible for and get on to where I'm going.
But you know that, and I can hear that, right?
Yes,
I can hear that. But do you know how many thoughts go through your mind that you are attracted to while you're in the midst of the crowd? You see? And you may say, well, I ain't with that. But there may be a thought hidden from you that is akin to that. That has a major influence on the way you start thinking. Which can prevent you from saying Allah the Father to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It has enough influence to get your attention and to hold you there. You understand?
Yes, sir. You're right.
And so now we got to be able, or we need to be disciplined.
That's
Come on here.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what we're practicing here.
Yes.
Practicing control and discipline.
Yes.
So when you're challenged, and you're going to be challenged every day, the test is there.
Yeah.
And we're living on this plane of things made manifest.
Yes.
What we are doing now is building up the strength.
Yes.
To put up the resistance of changing our current of thought while at the same time being conscious so you stay alert so some of those things don't come at you. You don't see them coming.
Yeah.
You gotta be alert to keep going where you're going, but also be aware of your surroundings so you don't put yourself in harm's way.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of things that we're learning while we're right here, and while we may think it's a challenge, that's what he's telling us to establish principles.
Yes.
Your principles give you to help you to gain control.
Yes.
While you may have a thought, you can push it away.
Yes.
While that thought might be strong at one point, you say, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn the TV off or saying a prayer, those things help, but the point is, you still got to be able to gain strength and master what you're doing and how we think.
Yeah.
We in here now, the majority of us, and I can't speak for everybody, but we've already changed many things that would have pulled us out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've already gained enough strength that we ain't back in the street right now.
Yeah.
You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. But we're wise enough to know that if we don't do certain things, we'll go right back. That's what I said. You gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. You know, Brother Perman Bay made a statement, and he used the word that's applicable, or that's in accord with what we're discussing now. He used the word focus. We got to learn how to focus.
And that's what John did in the marketplace. That's what this conversation strike me and think about John and his demonstration in the marketplace.
What did he show you in the marketplace?
He showed me discipline.
That's right.
And focus.
That's right.
Control.
That's right. And what else? Control.
Yeah, because he was around many thoughts.
That's right. More, he was in a marketplace.
And they deemed him to be crazy.
That's
because of the way he was acting.
Because he was not acting like them. So what does that tell you about general opinion?
It's no proof of truth.
It's no proof of truth. For the generality of men are ignorant. But you got to have courage enough for truth when you go amongst the crowd.
Right.
And you have to have courage to be yourself amongst the crowd. Because nobody likes being rejected. Now the question is, does the influence of rejection, how much impact does that have on your decision making? Come on.
And also, I was thinking about, when you start talking about discipline.
Yes.
John was disciplined in being still as well.
Yes.
That's what he did. He sat quiet in the marketplace for a long time.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of discipline because he was receiving messages from Allah at that time. So he had to, really be disciplined in being still so he could catch the, proper message from the proper voice.
Yeah. Discipline was one of the sciences that John was taught by Methino. He had to be taught to be disciplined. Just like we have to be taught to be disciplined. Discipline is a science. Come on.
I like to read this verse from No Doubt Self, verse 11. It says, "Who planted the terror in the tail of the serpent? Who clothed the neck of the horse with thunder? Even he who had instructed thee to crush the one under thy foot and to tame the other to thy purpose."
Yeah.
That's what we learn to do. We're trying to
Okay.
crush one and tame one to our purpose.
Okay. Oh, Jackson.
It's
Okay. That's inspiring. Come on.
The word that keep coming to my mind is impulse.
Okay.
See, because discipline prevents us from being impulsive.
That's right. Yes. That's right.
See,
That's right.
because a lot of times the shifting of our way of thinking is that we are impulsive.
Yes.
We receive certain things and we reach for it as if that's what we need to do. But the discipline allows us to study what we're going to get involved in. Yeah. You study what is right.
Yeah.
So if but you lack discipline, you can be impulsive and you can jump out there.
Yeah.
But if you got discipline, you can give yourself a chance to evaluate what's going on.
Yeah.
To make the proper choice.
Yeah.
So, that's the word kept coming impulsive because a lot of times our changing of the way we think is our impulsiveness.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. Discipline gives us an opportunity to do what?
See.
To think, to reason. Okay. All right. Okay. To think, to reason. And use another word that's in the Koran.
Save your life.
Examine.
Yes.
Didn't he tell you to examine with care?
Yes.
Well, if you're not disciplined, you're not going to examine with care.
That's right.
You're just going to move.
That's right.
See, the examination part is very important, and that's what discipline helps you to do. It gives you an opportunity to take time to examine.
Right.
Didn't Jesus say, what is the meaning of this incident?
Right.
He asked, what is the meaning of this?
Right.
Well, don't you think that what is examination? He is examining the condition that he's presently confronted or he's in,
to see what is the best route or what is the best direction to go in. And your direction is solely based on your what? Yes, your thoughts, but your thoughts must be what? They must be developable, no question. But what else? Yes, but your thoughts are also impacted by your what? Your choice. Because your thoughts are a choice. You choose to think like this.
The goal you're trying to get to.
Exactly. Come on.
You know, sometimes almost humorously, but most of the times I'm serious.
Right.
I've kind of made it a habit over the years to always say,
Yeah.
what is the meaning of this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have some friends who kind of think I'd be joking when I say it, but I'm analytical by nature, and it occurs to me that in any environment I walk in, now I know our Koran teaches that the lower self is a foe we must fight.
Yes.
But I've also learned that sometimes you don't even have to get in the ring and avoid even the struggle if you make a choice not to even acknowledge the meaning of the incident, because there are times when I can come into an environment and I don't know if this is just a part of my nature, but I'm sensitive.
Right.
I can sense when the vibration ain't right.
Right. Right.
Or it's inharmonious, or it might be harmful.
Right.
And I will immediately make a choice to do a couple of things.
Right.
Either extricate myself from the environment,
Right.
or go in hard, praying hard. And to what the Moore said about John the Baptist, the discipline to just be still, listen with the inner ear to the small voice of Allah, and commune with Him.
Right.
Because more, I testify to this. Yes, I want to certainly be aware of what's going on around me.
Right.
But I've also found out that Allah is my protector, and many presumed dangers that may have come if I had my guard down spiritually are moved out of my way. And I'm not claiming that necessarily is any great skill that I have. It's only by the grace of Allah.
Right.
So by the time I do have to address the reality of what's going around me, the danger is past. And I attest to that many times in my life. Peace.
Yeah, but you know, and that's I hear you. You know, and that's because of what you're holding secretly in your heart. See, somewhere along the line, you built up a, like we all have. We have built up not tolerance yet, but a receptive where He can help us.
Yes.
See, remember, sometimes in our continuous practices, we reject Allah's help because of the way we are, the way we're thinking. You can't receive if you're rejecting His help. But then there's other times when we may not always be thinking of it, but we got Him in there. It's just something about us that got Him in there. And that makes us receptive to His help when we are in need of His protection and His guidance.
See, can that be symbolic?
That's exactly what belief is.
And the belief that you hold is what helps you to receive.
Exactly.
And I've had to break the emergency glass a few times.
I believe we all have that.
See, can that be symbolic?
Wait a minute, Mom. Hold on.
Listen, I think one of the other things that we have to remember is, and to the point that you just made, some of the things that are already inside of us They come from before that moment.
Yeah.
Allah's protection and guidance is always going to be there for us. And some of it comes from past events that you was with him.
Yes.
And I gotta say it this way. You built up some type of credit with him 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And Allah knows what purpose that we are moving toward, even though we don't know the future yet. Many of us in our own way of thinking before we got here never imagined ourselves being in here. This was not part of our plan.
That's right. That's right.
And you don't know some of the things he did save you from.
That's right.
They may not have been revealed to you yet. Your governor told me about it on Friday. We don't know what he protected us from just getting here.
Yeah. That's right. That's right, Mom.
So it's more to it than just the moment.
That's right.
It's way beyond that.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You know what? Remember when he said, I got you. Remember when he said, those who were with me 2,000 years ago are with me today?
Yes.
Well, that does not necessarily mean that those who were with him 2,000 years ago remember that they were with him.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
You may have forgotten the lessons that you were taught 2,000 years ago. But 2,000 years ago, maybe you were such a student that you got so much in you that you can still receive, because he knows it's in your heart.
The word that we say it twice, focus.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that because, like you say, as we moving through life,
Yeah.
and these thoughts
Yeah.
that we're confronted with,
Yeah.
you know, we have to have a certain amount of focus.
Yeah.
You know, and it spoke about this,
Right.
all of this, right? Because we can't control what's going on outside of us.
Right.
So the self-control comes in controlling self.
Right.
You know, whatever they doing,
Right.
I got to watch what I'm doing.
Right.
You know, so I also thought about being different.
Right.
You know, society. I was, was driving the other day, and this person we was talking, they was talking about like fads.
Right.
How fads start. Somebody start a fad, and everybody pick it up,
Right.
like pants sagging
Right.
or whatever,
Right.
right?
Right.
So a lot of times we will go along just to get along,
Right.
right? But in the More Science Temple of America, it's teaching us to be different
Right.
in society. You know, they talk about this little light of mine.
Right.
You know, so we have to have the courage
Right.
to be different.
Islam.
You know, imitating the prophet, being like Jesus. You want to be different. You don't want to be recognized with everybody else. Peace.
What is that difference?
Yes.
What is the difference that you're speaking about? What is that difference?
The higher self, Allah and man.
Well, I would say the difference is being yourself. That's what he mostly teaching us to be ourselves, not necessarily different, but to be ourselves is being different.
What you say?
I would say confidence. You know, because like the brother was saying about fads, a lot of fads got started because a person really had confidence in what they was doing, because they was venturing out doing something different. You know, you might have a brother that his mother, they might didn't have a lot of money, so his mother makes sure she buys jeans extra long, so they can last longer. So he didn't want his jeans dragging, so what he did, he cuffed them. And then when he came to school with all that confidence, everybody's like, man, that's slick. And the next thing you know, he just started the fad, but the whole time that fad would have never started if he didn't have no confidence. Because he made it look cool to have your pants rolled up.
I just got one thing to say. Allah will never leave you. The prophet is set where he'll never leave you. But it's a choice. It's a choice that we make. We can leave him at a drop beat. We can do something that make us separate ourselves from him. It's got to watch our action more. We can easily separate ourselves from him by doing something crazy.
We've based ourselves already.
I would think, Brother Reed, at this time, the difference would be one who seeks after the truth. And that's that would be earthbound. You know, being a leader, not a follower. You know, Papa said we love to lead, man loves to follow, not lead. So we set our own course based on the guidance that we have received from the prophet's instructions. And it frees us from this earthly way of thinking, earthly way of life, and raising itself up above that. That would be my thought at this time for the difference.
Okay, that's good. Okay, come on.
It's not. I don't want to get away from everything, but I think that a person with high self-esteem will not do things with a person with low self-esteem will follow what everybody else is doing. They'll do their own thing because they don't have to worry about nobody else dictating to what they want them to do. But also, what I would like to say was, isn't what we were just talking about, isn't that symbolic to what the prophet was talking about when he was saying, we don't have to fight for our freedom, just sit on the sideline and watch freedom come in?
How do you see that?
No, I'm talking the other, that's why I said I didn't want to get way past when we were just on a situation when we was talking about how to distinguish certain things, and when he was talking about on the bus, how he had to jump into the fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thinking of how symbolic that could be, and we don't have to always fight certain things. Right. Just sit back. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I noticed that it says the high self-esteem, having low self-esteem, that means you're going to go for anything. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you have high self-esteem, as it says in the Quran, as I have esteem, when it says esteem is thou art, then thou art near the pinnacle of wisdom. I can't get, that's what I was trying to say, more peace.
All right.
That's right. Sister Farrakhan.
Sister Farrakhan.
I was going to say not accepting their teachings.
Say it again.
Not accepting their teachings.
That's right. That's true. That's right. That's right.
That's the focus. That's the focus.
That's the focus.
You know what, Papa?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, just kind of, hopefully, when I say this, that you all can understand. I don't know that we're talking about being different. I think we're talking about being, as Brother you said, being ourselves. Remember, we're returning to who we are. We were being different when we were calling ourselves Negro, Black, and Colored. Right. We're trying to come back in line with the human family. And so by proclaiming our nationality, we're just joining in what's already been there. I understand what we're saying in terms of our practice of our religion and the principles that we're trying to establish and carry out. But of course, just as it says, their soul is just as precious as yours on the promised priest. So we got to make sure we're all allies to it. And while I understand, some of the perception of what we're trying to do in terms of distinguishing ourselves from what we used to do to what we're doing now, but we're still just being ourselves. I just want to share that part. Think about it. Just think about it.
What is the distinguishing, or what distinguishes one being themselves?
Principle.
Okay, principle. What else is how else do you identify an individual when he's being himself?
Character.
That's right, character. That's right. How else?
Morals.
Yeah, morals. How else?
He's trying to be himself. Trying. Not dead yet.
Humble.
Words, acts, and deeds. Okay.
Humbleness.
Humbleness. Right. Right.
Old time religion.
Okay. All right. But you know what is an identifying characteristic of a person that's trying to be, that's being themselves? They are law abiders. You are a law abider.
And excuse me for one moment. I lost the train of thought. That's why I was studying when I was talking, y'all. But what it was I was thinking about in the metaphysical part when Jesus talking about good and evil and the cause and effect. Perhaps read it and see it one time. And he was talking about, he said, he was talking about when everybody is doing is not right, but when nobody is doing is right. That's what you just got talking about. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people are loving instead of hate, but a whole lot of people is loving instead of hate. Not a whole lot of people is not doing the right thing, doing the right thing. But a whole lot of people are not doing the right thing.
You just got lost. I'm sorry.
What everybody is doing is not right, but what nobody is doing is right. A lot of people ain't wasn't doing what Jesus is doing. But it's a whole lot of people wasn't.
Misplaced. I think that's where you got it.
Well, you're really talking about general opinion.
Yeah.
That's a tongue twister.
Yes.
That's a tongue twister.
So you were saying about law abiders.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes us what we are. And that we can be perceived as being different.
Exactly.
But we're really not.
That's right.
We're really being ourselves. Because to be ourselves is to be a law abider.
That's our nature.
That's in our nature to obey the law.
Right.
Don't you know we had to teach ourselves to be disobedient to the law?
Yes.
But you know what they did? They hid the law from us. And then they substituted the law with their law. That was solely based on what? Earthly salvation.
Under the Roman yoke of law.
That's right. That's right. That's right. See, they substituted. See, when you take something away, you got to put something in its place. And so to keep us in a state of mental what? They only introduced the earthly part. And they kept us away from the divine. It's easy to control a person if you control them based on the earthly part. Come on.
Which is why it's necessary for Allah to deliver a prophet who's now reminding us there's a holy unity between rich and poor.
Yeah.
Because earthly salvation leaves one class out and exalts another. And so to be reminded that we as law abiders, divine law, as well as earthly law, ought to have a unifying view of our brotherhood with those maybe less fortunate.
Than we are.
And also the founders of the holy city or the inhabitants of the holy city was definitely law abiders. Because they wouldn't exist if they was not in accord with the law.
Right.
They couldn't inhabit the holy city or found the holy city if they was out of the law.
Well, that's true what you say, because there was a segment of the population who was what? Cast out.
Cast out.
The man to whom Allah has given riches and blessed with a mind, and that's what we've been talking about, to employ them aright, is peculiarly favored and highly distinguished. Yeah. But remember, he says, and that's right, he does, but he's peculiarly favored. What does it mean to be peculiar? Peculiar. Peculiar. Peculiarly favored. What does that mean? What's the word peculiar? What's the word peculiar? Yeah. What does that mean?
Remarkable and distinctive traits.
Remarkable and distinctive traits. Come on,
distinguished. Something that distinguishes.
Give me a definition. Give me a definition from the dictionary.
Strange,
Say it, strange or unusual.
Oh, that's peculiar. Huh?
That's strange, yeah,
Peculiar.
peculiar. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I got a Morris flag. I got a big Morris flag hanging out in front of on my porch in the front of T Street, one-way street. And you'd be surprised how many Europeans are looking at that flag. It's unnoticeable because you don't see it around that much in the District of Columbia. But it is time for us to identify how much that flag means. That flag identifies a lot.
I hope that when you come outside and you're being watched by those who notice that flag,
Yes, yeah.
I hope that you are disciplined enough not to project a behavior that causes that flag to be disgraced.
It's a conception.
That's right.
Now I'm hoping that you remember it,
That's right.
that you got that 5-pointed green star outside your house.
Ain't loud, ain't high.
And when you come outside,
Yeah.
there are those who are watching you that you don't even know.
I don't mind. That's right.
And recognize you as peculiar.
And you can't, and that leaves you no room for error.
That don't change.
See, sister, to say it's strange, you just have talking about strange. So why, if it's strange, then isn't there anything that's strange? Isn't that easily noticed?
Oh, well, and it,
Truth
If it's
don't
strange
change.
from something else?
I guess it would be, you know. But the reason I'm saying that is because, you know, sometimes we have to be careful
That's right, folks.
of making pronouncing certain things, because it doesn't give you the luxury of sometimes not being where you like to be.
Exactly.
And that can be the very time that there are those who associate you with what you're showing.
It's not the flag.
It's,
You know,
You're not gonna hit.
come
I
on.
just want to add this to this point. You know, every meeting, there's a warning ready.
Yes,
That warning is ready for a purpose.
yes. That's right.
During that time when the prophet wrote that warning, because the Moors were doing what they weren't supposed to be doing. He said, stop flashing your car.
yes.
And this is for who could hear. If you can't hear, I understand. Stop flashing your cars at Europeans.
Yeah.
It causes confusion.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's
We hear you,
that's the flag too, Mo. That flag calls for people.
It's not the flag that
It calls for action.
it's the person.
That's right.
That flag should be instilled in your heart.
That flag ain't been found nowhere.
What is you represent behind the flag?
I represent Jackson Hill.
Praise all. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
When I said that, I wasn't talking about that.
I know you weren't talking about
The
this.
scrap from you said Koran.
Yeah, yeah. Look, the fact of the matter is, the Grand Chief said, those who have ears to hear, hear.
That's right.
Everybody ain't gonna hear it. But I definitely know what he said when he says stop flashing. And I know why he says it. Sometimes we have a tendency to think we're further along than we are. But we don't consider the fact that there are some times when we are not under self-control. And a lot of those things that we used to do are still strong in us. Because we haven't worked up enough momentum yet to really be consistent, to be conscious, to be on guard at all times. But I'm telling you, the moment you slip, somebody's going to associate you with that.
Causes confusion.
And now, the prophet said about being misunderstood. And that's why I'm saying we got to be careful. Just be careful. You know, because you represent a nation. And sometimes it may be best for you to work undercover.
Yeah, it's not even them brothers and sisters to be having Moorish flags in their car, the stickers on the
Yeah.
bumper stickers and all that.
Yeah.
It's almost the same like you have it on your
Be
house.
what you know, Mo.
Yeah, you gotta represent, be careful, like you say.
You gotta be
You
careful.
got bumper
You
stickers.
know this chapter that we in right now?
Yeah.
It's saying something that you're talking about. The mind
Yes.
to employ the
Go to right.
That applies to several things.
Yes. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's not, I was thinking about this earlier, about being overwhelmed with too much information, that you get confused. And you do not know how to employ it right. Because you're trying to take in so much and prove that you got it when you done missed the point. One step at a time. We're gonna keep stumbling as we go. Take it one step at a time. Be patient with yourself, because if you didn't learn today, you might learn tomorrow. But don't overwhelm yourself thinking you got it when you don't.
Could you read that verse again?
It says, the man to whom Allah has given riches, and we were talking about not just money.
That's right.
The man to whom Allah has given riches, and blessed with a mind to employ them aright, is peculiarly favored and highly distinguished.
That's right. That's right. Right.
I wanted to,
Right.
I wanted to read the definition of distinguish. Okay, this, to recognize as distinct or different. Recognize the salient or individual feature or characteristics of. Okay? So I want to use distinguish instead of different. You know, because we being ourselves. We were taught to be ourselves. But you know, as the instruction you just read, the man who is blessed with the mind to employ the right is
Peculiarly favored.
Definition for distinguished and people who are respected. When they say distinguished, they use the
It is
word
a
respected. Yeah.
I love it.
Well, anyway, this particular individual with the mind to employ the right, he has a certain characteristic.
Yes.
Because he looks at it a certain way.
Yes.
It says he looketh on his wealth with pleasure,
That's right.
because it affordeth him the means to do what?
Good.
Good.
Sure.
That's the key for them to be.
But that's how he sees it.
Yeah.
Because you can have wealth and you don't see the means to do good for someone else. You can be selfish and you can be a hoarder.
Yes.
But that's what the
So
world
you're saying
promotes.
yes.
You see,
Because
this
it applies and
world
it be applied.
promotes.
Go ahead.
Now let him
You finished, right?
remember what the prophet said.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying what you just said. See, now you know I don't need to go.
No, more you talking about somebody talking.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mom.
I was just trying to let us recall
Yeah.
the excerpt in our Moore's literature where he talks about this electrifying age.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, greed and avarice.
Yes.
That's why this particular man is peculiar and highly and distinguished.
Yes.
Because he's not chasing those things.
Yes. Yes.
He's not hoarding his wealth.
Yes.
He's looking for means to do good.
Yes.
And the other thing that we learn about that is he's being benevolent.
Yes.
So this is what builds up the character and why he's being highly distinguished.
Yes.
And remember who actually giving him that distinction out
Yes.
first, and then
Yes.
over the man as he sees it.
Yes. 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 Because remember, it all starts with the mind.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, one thing before Brother Lee just thought, and he's also, you said something at the beginning, it's a holy unity.
Yes.
Yes.
See, we're talking about raising our way of thinking because he's teaching us
Yes.
of how we should look at things.
Yes.
Because you're united.
That's right.
The rich and the
That's
poor.
right. That's
It's
right.
not, you don't put the bottom, the
That's
rich
right.
over here, the poor over there. There's a unity to it.
Yes, right.
So in his guidance, the first thing he said, the wealth that he got came from Allah.
Yeah,
So he's teaching us how to deal with those who have a little money.
yeah.
You know, don't look at it like I can just keep buying stuff. You
That's
look at it as it means to do good. The mind do glory right, do good. You to help somebody. So he's teaching us how to go about it.
That's right. You broaden your scope. Because again, he's not just talking about money.
No.
Exactly.
So you gotta broaden your scope.
Yes, yes.
You know, to see beyond the limit of the pole.
That's right.
Come on, Lord.
Islam. And when I look at the key of the title of it, when it says the holy unity, it's just not just any type of unity, it's a holy unity.
Yeah.
And like Brother PJ said, that comes from Allah. Because Allah chose him because Allah knows his determination before it's made. So that's why he allowed him to have, the wealth of knowledge or whatever material things or whatever that he has, because Allah chose him because he wanted to do the right thing.
Some richest people have been destroyed with their riches.
Oh, yeah.
They destroyed themselves with their riches.
Yeah.
But they didn't employ it right. They misused.
You gotta take the rich to poor them to the. He tell you what he do to them.
Islam.
Islam.
Like I think our grand chief moderator, Allah, doing a favor for women and ladies, sending school to Koran class. Speaking for myself, I got something out of it, I got something to go back home and work on. A couple of words, man, I'll feel better understanding of a couple things that I thought I already knew the meaning of it. I see now I got to do some more research. Pray to God. And this time, I'll call our governor, grand governor of Washington, D.C., Brother H. Hurd, faith be our divine warning. Our proclamation. Please give me all everybody's attention.
Islam, Lord. First, I give praise to Allah and our Prophet Noble Ali. I give honor to each and every one of you, and I give honor to everything Prophet Noble Ali has brought for the uplift and the fall of humanity. Prophet wants all Muslims, governors, ordered to read proclamation to each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the street. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cars to European and cause your future. Remember, your call is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be a severe consequence. We offer love, truth, peace, and freedom, and when these principles are violated, justice then must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple of the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their cars, but cease from their turban or fez and return to the state where the prophet found. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet therefore sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sin by order of Prophet Noble Ali. Peace.
Peace.